Zarin Micheal.
Yep.
First of all, I gotta ask, like, was that your first rap name?
Yeah, that's my name.
So you just went right off the bat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna start writing, and it's Zarin Micheal.
Yep.
Never no thought of.
Well, no, actually, so I did have when I very first started, I did have another name.
Okay.
It was Young Ledge.
But
it wasn't really public. It was just like some shit that me and my cousin, we first started doing music together.
Okay.
And we was making songs on the phone. And then I was like, all right, what can I come up with that's hard? And I was Young Ledge was that.
Like knowledge, like young knowledge.
Young Legend. Like,
Shit. Okay. See, we're gonna get to that because you do be twisting shit up.
Yep.
I like that. All right, so you got a card in your hand.
Okay.
Do me a favor. I need you to just read the card and give us your honest reaction.
What's the problem with eating a clock? It says it's very time consuming. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, what's a going? Bonjour, famille. It's Bump Jonas, and I'm here with
Zarin Micheal.
Now look, y'all, we're about to have a sit down and Syke. Let's get started.
Sure.
All right, so I gotta ask you. Well, first of all, before I ask you that, I want to just tell you thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yes,
appreciate your flexibility. We had to adjust a few times, man. So I thank you. But I do have to ask. I ask everybody. This is like my one cliche question: who is Zarin Micheal? What do you do, and why?
Okay. To say it simply, I would just say I'm a visionary. I'm a creative. I like to make music. I like to write short films. And I just kind of like to tell compelling stories in the best way that I know how, which is more so the music, but I've been doing a lot of writing creatively regarding the film lately as well. So.
Oh, shit. That's a new development, or has that always been there and you're just now kind of releasing that information?
Yeah, always been there. But I think I just was never I didn't really have any intention behind it.
Okay.
Right. So I was just so focused on the music. I was like, all right, this is the only way I can tell these stories. And I would write. And when I went to school, I was actually studying creative writing.
Okay.
But I left that. You know, how some things happen, life getting in the way.
Yeah.
And I was just like, really, I kind of put a pause on all of it for real.
Okay. Music and writing.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So is this a return to music for you?
Yeah, fully. Yeah, fully.
Okay. How long were you gone for?
I would say probably it was about a year, like in and out. I would say gone, just because I think this is the first time that I've, again, had full intention behind it, where I was like, all right, it's nonstop.
Okay.
And I don't think I've been there since I left college, which was 2018.
Okay.
20,
like pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put out a album in 2020, so I would say that was actually probably the last time where I was fully focused on it. So around pandemic time, yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, safe to say then you've been at it for a minute, whether it's been in and out or back and focused or unfocused, you've been at the music or at the art, at the craft for a while. Here's something that I ask a lot of people. How did you discover your talents?
I would say just from, I guess, my peers and my friends. Like, we would be in high school before I even started like making music.
Okay.
I was more so just rapping in the hallways with the bros and doing battle raps and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, I think I liked the attention that gave.
Right.
Like, I'll say one line and then they're going crazy. So I'm like, this is what I gotta do.
This,
and then I just kept going on and on. My bros was like, nah, you gotta get in the studio, bro. So I just did a little bit of a couple songs with my cousin. We would play on the phone and do some things like that. And then it was Studio B. I don't know if you know where
but
there in
Raytown, right?
Yep, Studio B.
So, okay, do you still have any of those first songs you ever recorded?
I don't know. I don't think I probably do somewhere in Tuck.
He got them like stashed way.
Yeah. But no, let me go back. Actually, one of my boys his name is PM Beta. His name is Parker.
Okay.
He's been doing this thing. He live out in I think LA now.
Okay.
But he was the band kid's teacher. So my fault. He was the band teacher's kid.
Okay.
And he had like just access to all the equipment. I know he was recording himself and everything, and me and him connected. And then he was just like, hey, I can record you. So we would set up the studio in the back of the auditorium at Lincoln. And we would just record back there. I know for a fact that early project that I did put out with him is on, I think it's on somewhere. Bandcamp. Yep, I know you can find it.
Y'all know what to do.
Yeah.
Y'all know what to do. Go find that Easter egg. So this is going to sound tongue-in-cheek, but I'm being quasi-serious.
Yeah.
Would you call yourself a KC rapper or a rapper from KC?
I would say I would more so say rapper from KC. Okay. Like, of course, this is my town, and I love everything that we've done as far as our development to the scene and the music over the last lot of years, really. Mm-hmm. But I would say my sound is, I try to be more I don't want to say versatile, but like
it's all encompassing,
right?
You know, right. That is a tough way. Well, because I've paid attention to you since probably 2020, yeah. maybe prior, somewhere around just after pandemic. So you have a very high level sound. Yeah, you have a sound that
I appreciate that, bro.
Is KC, but could fit in places that are not KC very easily. And that's why I asked that, because the way you write and the way you rap, it's not like KC.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the sounds and the topics and the things you address fit in KC.
And the way I kind of like to look at it is, when I write, I compare it to like those top guys.
Okay.
So I either say, will they want to listen to this? Is this good enough to put next to them?
Yeah.
Would they like this? Or if I wrote this for them, would this go platinum? Would this be it? So that's kind of my mindset when I go into writing.
You give yourself a challenge right off the bat,
right?
In that sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still trying to be authentic to myself, but I just don't want to. Like, if I do the comparing thing, it's big. It's like it got to be.
Well, that makes sense. Really, it does, because at the end of the day, why are you going to compare yourself to your peers?
Right, they on the same level as me.
Right,
you know, we still all trying to get to the same.
Now, place. Iron sharpens iron, but at some point, you need to be. Even Naruto wanted to be Hokage.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't want to be Kakashi Sensei.
Right.
I fuck with that. All right. This is probably a question I would ask later on, but since we're here, that also speaks to a certain amount of confidence to be able to I'm good. I want to get better, and I'm gonna make myself better compared to these folks.
Right.
So when and where did you develop that sense of confidence? Because it wasn't just rapping. There had to have been either, I don't know, something that's taught or something occurred. How did you develop that sense of confidence? Maybe it was rapping. I don't know.
Yeah, I would just say just rapping.
Wow, okay.
Just rapping. And I guess a lot of the things I came up on was like a lot of Jay-Z, Big, things like that. And I just wanted to emulate that. Like, what they was rapping about, and just kind of the confidence and the swag they had. And I was like, it's possible. Plus, I was making songs for my bros and my homies, and they was just gassing it. So it's just like I know I can do this, And I think just the reps too, early on, getting those opportunities to do opening sets for Lil Uzi in 2016, right out of high school.
What? Hold on, what?
Yeah, at the Uptown.
I did not catch that. I get caught slipping on my research a lot. It happens. This is discovery for me anyway, but that's something I'm like, damn, I should know that. You know what I mean? But how does that come about? How did that happen?
Just networking, connections, and at the time, I had one of my homies was just helping me out and was just able to kind of pull those strings and get it cracking.
Crazy. Yeah. Man, good look. Holy shit. Okay.
But I think things like that early on at a young age was like, oh no, we here. Like this is something that's attainable.
So let's flip that on the other side though, because that was 2016,
right?
And here we are, 2025. The time lapse doesn't matter so much, but having that kind of glimpse of success at an early age, does that give you a bit of bias later on? You're like, man, why am I not repeating that? Or do these things count? You know what I mean? Do you end up finding yourself measuring these moments now to a past moment?
For sure. It's a gift and a curse.
Okay.
Like you said, we learn things, you build confidence, but you just got to take it from where you at right now. I understand that I had a lot of time off, so it's like, how can I'm essentially, in my mind, I'm building from scratch.
Okay.
I'm not really looking at that success and applying it here. I'm like, okay, what can I do? I can do something more. I can do it bigger than I did before. And it's just the consistency in that, just just consistency and being intentional. And I'm older, right? So like I'm more mature. I done went through a lot more things in that time period that I can express and explore for the audience. So I think I just got a greater story to tell at this point.
I love that you said story to tell, because that's something that I get throughout your music, is that you are a storyteller. And actually, I want to stop and give you your kudos or your accolades. I like to give people their flowers.
I appreciate it.
I think it's important, especially for our creatives. The arts are super important in society, but in KC and people that represent KC, it's important that we give them their flowers now instead of waiting until they make it. Like, you need the empowerment that makes you feel like, oh no, I can do this shit, right?
Right.
And what I like about you is your intellect, your confidence, and there's like this subtle positivity. I'm big on positive energy.
Yeah.
And there's a sense of, we'll get into that with the promo. There's a sense of fighting with the dark side, but there's always a sense of like, nah, the good shit gonna win.
Right.
We're gonna figure this out, you know. And I love that about how you lay things out and how you have a certain analytical sense of how you approach your music and your career. So
Appreciate that, bro.
We need that. You know what I mean? There's a excuse me, there's a big push to just be wild and free, and that's great. But there's also sometimes being structured and organized and having a thoughtful approach can also be just as creative.
Right.
So I really love how you do that. One speaking of that, you've had several projects. Which one, I guess my real question is at what point did you start taking your music seriously, and which project reflected that? Which one came off like, oh, no, this is my professional shit here. I'm on it.
It's crazy, and I don't want to have recency bias, but I would say the last project I just dropped, Anakin. And I say that because I just feel like it's the most polished. Like, I feel like from top to bottom.
That's the word, polished. Okay.
I feel like from top to bottom, I just had an intent, and I knew some of these songs I've been holding on to since for a few years, and I just kind of knew, okay, like I told you, if this person sung this, or if I went in the room with Future and he heard Evil Twin or something like that, like, is he gonna bob his head? Like, is it gonna go? And I feel like I can confidently say I feel like that's the case. So my other music, not that it wasn't great, but I just feel like I'm at a point songwriting wise where it's just at another level, and I feel like I can write for others at this point.
Oh shit, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
let's talk about ghostwriting. I don't want to put you in a hot seat, but is rap at a point where we can accept? No, let's make it even better. Is rap at a point where we should accept ghostwriting? Like, do we have to take that on, or can we push back?
It's tough. I say rap is right now at a point where it's evolved to a spot where we've never seen it before, right? So I think that with anything, you kind of just have to be open-minded as best as possible, if that makes sense. Like, we looking at a guy right now that's the top guy, right? In Drake, and obviously there's been a lot of things with the ghostwriting and stuff with him, but it's like you can't discredit the success, right? So it's like so it's like we just look like we hating at this point. So what side do you want to be on, I guess? Obviously from the history standpoint, ghostwriting is looked down upon, but it's like, the females kind of running the game right now? Are we not going to listen to their music because
there's people ghostwriting?
Right. So it's like, it's kind of pick and put. We kind of only, it depends on who it is. That's when we're like, oh yeah, we don't want to.
And that's when it gets weird, right?
Right.
Like, oh, so we're cool with that guy, so we're okay with ghostwriting. We don't like that guy, so fuck him.
Right.
Or like, oh, historically, da-da-da. And it's like, well, okay, but Biz Markie had a ghostwriter. Cardi B's out here killing shit, and it's like, she's got a ghostwriter.
Right,
so
right.
And that's why I asked that. Like, at what point do we start to give when do we start cutting ourselves some slack on that? You know what I mean? Because, like, damn.
I would say it needs to be now. Like, it's just, it's a little, we too late in the game to still kind of be holding on to these old, I would say, traditions and things like that. Like,
trying to, like, evolve a little bit or something like that.
And you can tell with, just as far as, like, most of the artists that are like popping right now, they're not the traditional rappers that we had from back in the day. So it's like, if we've accepted that, we got to accept everything. Yeah.
I can't even. I love it when I ask a question and I really can't even respond. Like, nah, he got me.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. So I want to get to Anakin, but actually, my question here is, what's your favorite color to wear when you're on stage?
Okay, when I'm on stage, I don't know. I think I'm like I probably wear this even when I'm not on stage, but I like to wear a lot of black. I don't know, like dark colors.
And I think that feeds into the next question, but I was like, yeah.
Black or gray. I like gray.
Okay, so dark, muted, not necessarily earthy, but dark tone.
Yeah.
Okay. And that leads us into my next question. Again, I say this tongue in cheek, right? But what makes you Anakin? Why Anakin?
Yeah. Great question. So I would just say because I'm just a human just like you, right? Like we all go through things and in life in which we may be conflicted upon, or crossroads that we may reach, and we have to kind of decide which path we're gonna take. So with that, that's of course my favorite movie of all time, Revenge of the Sith, but it's also one of my favorite characters because it's just such a compelling story.
Okay.
From the outside in, looking in, you can just assume by where, he turned into Darth Vader that he was just this evil guy and he was just so bad. But when you kind of see the backstory of how he was raised and was a slave and all this, and then going into his redemption at the end when he died, it's like, no, he wasn't really bad the whole time. Like there was goodness inside of him still. So I think that's just kind of the message that I want to convey, is that even if I'm going through some things or if I'm just trying to make some tough decisions, it's all with an intent of, like you said, positivity and love. But it's just sometimes we got to get that darkness out in a way.
Yeah. So, well, the expression can sometimes come off in an aggressive or negative manner, but it's really like, nah, this is from a place of love.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I fuck with that. With that in mind, and this is something I feel that I've noticed throughout the course of the music that I've heard from you, right? I want to say like the course of your career, but it's like, hold on, that feels weird to say, right? But there's a sense of duality when it comes to your music. Not necessarily the struggle, but like the good and the bad, the positive, the result of just lashing out and saying fuck it, or taking your time and thinking about it, right? I feel like there's a lot of dualistic struggle and tension.
Right.
So how did you begin to break down and take notice of that in your world? Because that had to fed from somewhere to produce these projects.
I think probably just the time off. Like the time off allowed me to, a lot of my earlier music, I think, was from a place of more so of the darkness, of the anger, the things questions that I didn't have answers to, and me just seeking things in my life, especially growing as a man, without my dad initially being in my life, trying to figure these things out. But when I took a step away, everything in my life I kind of taught myself. So I took a step away and I had to realize and go through life to really just understand, I guess, what life was really all about. And then I came back and I'm like, okay, no, this is who I want to be, but I still have this inside too. And this is the story that they mostly connected to because that's what they heard before, when I first came out. So I can't just hit them with this yet. Let me still sprinkle a little bit of, let me sprinkle a little bit of this in first, because they're going to be like, oh, Z back on his shit.
Right.
But now let me hit them with the Germany. Let me hit them with Pay to Fine, and they can be like, oh, okay, like this is, he's grown a lot since then.
So this is actually you breadcrumbing us or walking us into your growth.
Right.
Boy, this is the smoothest promo way you've done it. But you did say you're a storyteller. And I love that, because that's what I get. Like, no, he's taking us on a journey, and he's, it's not, I wouldn't say Stephen King-ish, because it's not like horror, but there is a writer's element. So it's interesting that you have the script in your.
And that's a great name that you said. Like, at the end of the day, that's kind of how I want my name to be viewed. Like, you hear the things like, of course, your Kanye West, your Stephen Kings, your J.K. Rowlings.
Right.
Like, when at the end of the day, when you hear Zarin Micheal, I want it to be in that light.
That iconic, impactful.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I fuck with it. And again, there's that confidence. But it's not, there's a difference. And I think, so there's something about your energy, and it's a good one, but there's something about your energy that lets people know I'm more than capable. I'm intelligent. And when people have that kind of energy or disposition and they have a confidence, it can come off condescending.
Right.
But it doesn't for you for some reason. I don't, maybe because I'm a confident motherfucker too, so I'm matching it. I don't know. But it's just like, nah, it's a good dude here, man.
I get it. And I think too, it just take getting to know somebody, right? Like, I think when you sit down with me and you actually talk to me, you from the outside looking in, it could be what you described. But when you talk to me, I don't know. Like, I think I could break it down.
Like,
easily for you.
Go light up a blunt or some shit. I don't know. You smoke. You know what I mean? It's like you almost want to assume that you don't, but then it's like, nah, this motherfucker chill. You smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We not gonna fuck up no brands. We ain't putting them on spot. Okay, so I do want to ask, sports or video games?
Oh, that's tough. It's really both for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look like a basketball guy.
Yeah, I play a lot of 2K.
Yep. Is 2K still rocking? Like,
it is this year. It's pretty good this year. I've been trying to. So that's another battle for me. Like, I be trying to use my time more intentionally, but it's still like I still love it, right? So it's like, when do I pick my spot? So okay, now let me versus shit. I should probably be writing, but I mean, sometimes you need a little leisure time to yourself too. So I just be trying to break. Yeah, I be trying to figure out the balance of it.
But. Okay, all right, I'll fuck with that. So let's get back to on stage. We know your favorite color is black or grays on stage. What color is your aura when you're performing on stage?
I would say it can. Oh, that's tough. I would say like it really depends on what song, but like probably red and blue. Anakin, Sith in the light. You know,
bars. Yeah, that was fire.
It's red and blue.
I like that. Okay. Ooh, we are at the part where we got to pay some bills. It's our sponsored questions. First sponsor question goes out to our #1 OG sponsor, Thrax Pastry. Nothing for sale here, but definitely a suggestion of where you can spend some time. You will enjoy the journey. This one's a super simple one. We call it comfort food. So, long day at work, had a 5-hour session.
Yeah.
Worked out, everything's figured out. But you get home, what's that meal that just says, hey, don't call me. I don't care what y'all got to say. I'm putting on my show and I'm eating my food.
I'll probably say I like burgers a lot.
Oh shit, okay.
So I would say I usually go to Tay's Burger Shack, and then also I like Cosmos. I actually had that today. A triple burger from Cosmos or something like that. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Cosmos.
Yeah,
they
Cosmos
are pretty fire.
fire.
They pretty fire. They on the come up, man. They fucking with you, Five Guys.
For sure.
Get your shit together, man.
Sure.
All right, so this next one here goes to Bargain Hunter's Paradise. It's a vendor's market that's set up down in the historic West Bottoms, but they also have a dope-ass smoke shop available. Pretty much anything you think you may need, they got it. My question here, and I think this is fitting for you because you're a stylish dude, and even if you do like blacks and grays, I know that you put that shit on.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the shopping experience, there's the mall, and then you have vendor markets where you got all the local entrepreneurs. Which one draws your eye and which one keeps you?
Well, I always want to support, local, for sure. But I don't know. Like, I guess it just really kind of depends on the mood I'm in, like what type of bag I want to spend.
What you look at.
So I'll say a combo of both, but I'll always just to kind of, you definitely want to throw some show some local love for sure.
So you're going to show some love and then you're going to check out some of the exclusive fly shit, different shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I fuck with that. Plus, it depends on where you're going, right? You might have
because we don't really have. I like to shop online too a lot, or I'll just shop when I go out of town. We don't really have like a lot of good. The mall really ain't. That shit really crying ass for real. Like it's So I'd rather I know my bro can cook me up something versus me go to the mall and waste some money.
That's a fair point. That's a bar. Yeah. That's a bar. That's a good one. Excuse me. So this last one actually goes out to Syke Studios, right here where we at. If you need a place to record, you need a place to shoot something, we got a cycle wall, we got a podcast station, we got the content creation resources for whatever you need. Just check us out, tap in. My question there is, you based on the sound, based on Anakin, based on previous projects, you do have a bent towards the polished sound.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you are looking for when it comes to choosing a studio home?
So I would say off rip, of course the knowledge, right? Like I want to be with an engineer that know what they're doing, that I can trust. But the comfortability too. Like I want to be with somebody that I don't usually like to just, if I'm at work, it's going to be a relationship.
Okay.
So it's not just going to be usually a one and done thing.
Gotcha.
So right now, I would say those are the most things that I'm looking for. Usually right now when I record all my songs, I record with my bro Alexander Preston. He did most of the beats as well all of the beats on Anakin.
Oh shit!
He produces and but if I want to go to a stew, usually I could go to like Code Red. That's my boy too. So I like recording with him. Where else I go? But Code Red actually mixed all the songs on Anakin. So I like to kind of keep it in within a vacuum a little bit. Yeah.
Again, like you said, a working relationship, people that you're comfortable with. You guys know each other.
Right.
Okay. So
and also someone that cares about the music just as much as I do. Like a lot of times with engineers, they get fatigued because they're dealing with so many people and they're like, this sound the same, this sound the same, this sound the same. But when I can catch your ear and you're like, oh no, let me actually put my little sauce on it, And
that's when the magic happens.
Right. And I feel like Cody, we got a good relationship in which he definitely kind of elevates the sound.
Well, if there's one person that definitely gives a shit about the music, it is Cody. It's Code Red.
For sure.
Like, if you,
he be everywhere.
Yeah, for real. So let's talk a bit about, it's kind of what I call the chicken or the egg, but in this case, the project. You took some time away.
Right.
What was the catalyst to be like, no, it's time for me to start? Like, what put you in album mode?
I think it was just, I kind of looked at my life and I realized it wasn't fulfilling as I thought it'd be without it. I like to, not that I'm not happy, right? Like I am, and I never take for granted the blessings that I've been given from the Lord, but I just think that that's kind of just why I'm best, when I'm able to create and just I function better, right?
You
like
feel better, and which then allows you to
I can express myself in that way. And again, I just like to tell compelling stories. So that's one of the avenues in which I can do that. And then I've, like I told you, kind of exploring the short film as well. So I just finished writing the script for that, which is the next project is actually gonna be tied to another short film project for 2026. So I think I'm excited to kind of get working on that.
Man, you're really about to blow our minds with the creativity. I mean, well, I can say the approach to the rollout for Anakin is just full of intrigue and mystique. And I'm big on mystique in the sense of, I think artists shouldn't use it as much as they do. You're one of the artists, you and there's another one, STB the Don, that I think are very good at utilizing being mysterious.
Yeah.
You pop in, you do your thing, and you don't just disappear as much as you just kind of let the idea of you linger a little bit, and then you show up again. You know what I mean? Some people just be like, they confuse being a diva with being mysterious.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, nah, you're not doing it right. But I want to ask you, what's the world like outside of Kansas City as far as the culture, or I guess the easiest question is, can you compare cultures of Kansas City versus outside of Kansas City?
That's a great question. So I just came, I would say it's different for sure. But my favorite culture, at least as far as the cities that I've traveled to, has been New York for sure. I really love New York. I love the pace of it. I love just how you go there and you just get an ultimate inspiration. I just came back from LA, but it's way different. The last time I was there was before COVID. It's way different from before those times. And I think it's just because I was out there when I was younger. My eyes were probably wider. You're looking for some action and stuff. And I'm mature a little bit, and it's just kind of died down too a lot. But I think New York is just like, it puts that pressure, puts that battery in your back where you come home and you're like, all right, what's the move? What are we doing? But then you realize KC is just like so slowed down. It's like, I'm used to that dopamine. I gotta go back out there. So, but I'll say, yes, it's definitely different for sure.
So the biggest difference I hear is just a bit of the pace.
Slower. Pace, and then two, just obviously like the people. Like you can, make a lot. If you put yourself out there, you can make those connections and network with a lot of different people. So
and those are great places, but also I feel like it'd be easy for you to network in those spaces because of your personality and your approach.
Right, for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna save that tangent. Here's a question again. I don't know why I was trying to be cheeky with you. I have no clue, but a lot of these questions are like, let's be funny. If an artist were to try and steal your style, and I don't know if people even give a shit about stealing styles anymore, but let's say an artist was like, yo, I wanna do some Zarin Micheal.
Yeah.
What are some elements to your style that they should pay attention to or take note of?
I would say, just if you want to be me, just be authentic. I mean, I guess that kind of goes against it, but like, be authentic. Be yourself.
That's a bar.
Be yourself. Be authentic. And just kind of try to the storytelling, right? So like, it has to make sense. I think there was a lot of times where I would get lost. When I did try to pop back in, I was just looking at kind of really what the wave was. Like, all right, let me make some songs that kind of fit this, or fit the wave. But I wasn't really telling my story. So when I got back to that, that's when I started to get reconnected with it again. And obviously, you can see the product of it was worth it. So, tell stories that are, I know I keep saying this word, but are compelling. Like a lot of times, it's a lot of artists out here. So a lot of people are trying to tell stories, but it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so just try to find your lane and just try to, again, I know that kind of flips the question a bit, but
No, it works. Well, it works.
But what else you could take from me? Storytelling. I think I got a lot of melodic stuff in my bag too.
Yeah.
I can rap, but I really enjoyed to do that more.
The melodic stuff.
Yeah, okay. And I think that's coming from a place of I was in chamber choir when I was in high school, okay. So I just loved to sing and kind of do a lot of that opera stuff. Yeah,
with the right. Okay, you're okay. When's the short film coming out?
So I'm planning. I just finished the script. I don't want to know. I don't know when it's gonna come out.
Okay, so let's not put no pressure on it.
Right, okay. But the next music project is gonna come out December. I'll say December. Yeah,
okay, and that'll have a video or something equipped with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you doing the treatments on your videos then too, since you're writing short films?
So I do. So kinda okay. I will of course give. I mean, essentially yes. I like to let the director bring. I'll tell them kind of what I'm looking for, okay. And then I'll kind of let them add their vision to it. And then if it's just way off, I'm like, nah, we gotta do it like this. Right.
Okay. But otherwise, you're gonna go with the
right. Film. Yep. I'll let you cook up. You know, this is we all creatives and artists. I want you to kind of expand upon my vision, and that's kind of what I do with everyone. Like when I cook up with my boy Alexander Pressure, I say, all right, this is kind of the direction I want, but cook up some beats for this. I'm gonna let you cook this up, or I'll throw you some samples maybe that we can work through. But I want you to do your thing. You know, I don't want to guide it fully.
So you're not a what's the word? Like the master controller, like super diva in the booth type of thing.
Nah, nope.
Okay.
If I'm not feeling it, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
But I want you to kind of add your sauce to it. And if I trust you, usually I'm gonna rock with it.
And that's the key thing, is that the way you develop the working relationships is that trust factor comes in anyway.
Right.
Okay. All right, I'll fuck with that. So look, we are at the last question. I ask everybody this, and I actually definitely hope to get a chance to interview you again so I can ask you again.
Yeah, for sure.
When it's all said and done, when the show is over, when they've listened to Anakin for the umpteenth time, keep listening to it.
Right, keep streaming it, yep.
What is it you want the folks to walk away with as far as the Zarin Micheal experience?
Right, that, again, I'm just like you. I've just removed all the fear. Well, I didn't remove the fear, but I walked through the fear in a way in which I could get this story off to you. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to chase, or what you got planned in your life, it's achievable, it's attainable. You just got to do it. And you got to make a plan, an actionable plan to do it as well, and be intentional. Yeah.
For real. Come on now. Holy shit. All right, man. Well, that's all I got, man. This has been a dope-ass conversation, but I just want to ask, what I want to say what's next, but it's not what's next. What do you foresee as the next phase for Zarin Micheal? Is it gonna be more music? Is it gonna be? Are we gonna dive more into the films?
Yeah.
Is there acting coming up? What else is the next metamorphosis for you?
Yeah, I would say acting for sure. That's kind of acting in the films is kind of where I want. And I don't want to say transition because I'm just getting back into the music. Mm-hmm. But long game. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I actually just finished. We just wrapped up I was the lead in this short film called The Dangers of Playing Cupid. One of my boys,
what?
Yeah, he shot his short. It was his first time shooting the films, and he asked me to be a part of it.
That's fire.
That's coming out Valentine's Day. So stay ready for that. And then I just want to keep cooking. But again, my goal is just to tell the story. So whatever way that is, it may be music, it may be film. I just got to kind of get the ideas out the best way I can.
Storyteller supreme, y'all.
Yeah.
Now look, this has been a hell of a conversation here at Syke. Bump Jonas with none other than
your boy Zarin Micheal.
As I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week, and just be some dope motherfuckers. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Peace.